This song's called "The Hurricane" by Bob Dylan. It's 11 verses, and my God, I'm going to have to concentrate because I've got no words, no chords, and I think it's the only song I can do. But if I make a cock up on it, I'm just going to carry on. Pistol shots ring out in the barroom night. Enter Paddy Valentine from the upper hall. She sees the bartender in a pool of blood. Cries out, my God, they've killed them all. Here comes the story of the hurricane. The man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world. 3 bodies lying there, does Paddy see? Another man named Bello moving around mysteriously. I didn't do it, he says, and he throws up his hands. I was only robbing the register, I hope you understand. I saw them leaving, he says, and he stops. One of us had better call up the cops. So Paddy calls the cops, and they arrive on the scene with the red lights flashing in a hot New Jersey night. Meanwhile, far away in another part of town, Reuben Carter and a couple of friends are driving round. #1 contender for the middleweight crown. Had no idea what kind of shit was about to go down when a cop pulled him over to the side of the road. Just like the time before and the time before that. In Patterson, that's just the way things go. If you're black, you might as well not show up on the street unless you wanna draw the heat. Alfred Bello had a part and he had a rap from the cops. Him and Arthur Dexter Bradley were just out prowling around. He said he saw 2 men running out, they looked like middleweights. They jumped into a white car without a state plate. When Miss Paddy Valentine just nodded her head, cop said, wait a minute boys, this man's not dead. So they took him to the infirmary. And though this man could hardly see, they told him he could identify the guilty man. 4 in the morning and they haul Reuben in. Take him to the hospital and they brought him downstairs. The wounded man looks up with his one dying eye. Say, why'd you bring him in here for? He ain't the guy. This is the story of the hurricane. The man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world. 4 months later, the ghettos are in flame. Reuben's in South America fighting for his name, while Arthur Dexter Bradley's still in the robbery game. And the cops are putting the screws to him, looking for someone to blame. Remember that murder that happened in a bar? Remember you said you saw the getaway car? You think you'd like to play ball with the law? Think it might have been that fighter you saw running that night? Don't forget that you are white. Arthur Dexter Bradley says, I'm really not sure. The cop said a poor boy like you could use a break. We've got you for a motel job, we're talking to your friend Bello. You don't want to have to go back to jail, be a nice fellow. He'll be doing society a favour. That son of a bitch is brave and getting braver. We'd like to put his ass in stir. We want to pin this triple murder on him. He ain't no gentleman, Jim. Reuben could take a man out with just one punch, but he never did like to talk about it all that much. It's my work, he'd say, I do it for pay, and when it's over, I just as soon go on my way up to some paradise where the trout streams flow and the air is nice, and ride a horse along a trail. Then they took him to the jailhouse where they tried to turn a man into a mouse. All of Reuben's cards were marked in advance. The trial was a pig circus, he never had a chance. The judge made Reuben's witnesses drunkards from the slums. To the white folks who watched, he was a revolutionary bomb. To the black folks, he was just a crazy nigger. That son of a bitch is brave and getting braver. We want to put his ass in stir. We want to pin this triple murder on him. He ain't no gentleman, Jim. Reuben Carter was falsely tried. The crime was murder one. Guess who testified? Bello and Bradley, and they